welcome to another episode of Simple Dudes, Simple Foods. Today we're going to be doing some jacked up mac and cheese. Not going to tell you exactly what's in it yet, but you will find out here in just a minute. So hang in there. Check out this recipe. You're going to love it. It's a really good one to fix for the week. Meal prep. Someone's going to use some leftovers, which are always good. So let's dive into it. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with our cheese sauce mix here. This is really simple. We've got a cup of milk in a pan. We went ahead and brought that up to we don't want to boil it, but we do want to bring it up to temp here, just kind of get it steaming a little bit. We got our other half a cup of milk in the bowl here. We're adding in 2 tablespoons of flour. This is going to make a great recipe for, lasting the week. Sometimes we can have a hard time coming up with side dishes. And since we're doing a baked chicken tonight, we just wanted to do something a little bit different. So we went ahead and decided to go with some homemade mac and cheese. One, it just simply tastes a lot better than what you get in the box. And 2, you can make enough, again, to, kind of meal prep for the week, which is always nice. So it just on its own makes a nice little lunch. We're going ahead and add a 1/4 teaspoon of mustard powder. If you don't have mustard powder on hand, that's perfectly okay. It just gives it just a little hint of something different in there. But remember, we're going to make this jacked up mac and cheese here. So we still got another ingredient that's going to go in here. It's going to separate this. So let's go ahead and add this in to our milk mix here. And then we're going to get this temperature back up here. We want to get this till it thickens up. So I'm going to increase this just a little bit. Want to kind of keep a stir on it. You don't want your milk to stick to the bottom of your pan. You don't want to burn it on the bottom of your pan, so be careful about that. Don't get your heat up too high. But you do need to make sure there's enough that it's going to go ahead and start to thicken, which is really what we want to do. We want to get it to about the thickness of heavy whipping cream. That's the consistency we're looking for. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our cheese when it gets to that level. So I'm going to let it sit here for a minute, and then we'll check back on it. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and get to the jacked up part of our mac and cheese. So jacked up mac and cheese will call for nothing more than your pepper jack cheese. Now you got a couple different ways you can go with this. We're going to go ahead and put in half the cheese here. Get this to melt on down. We don't want to put all of it in there at once. Although this cheese has been sitting out on the counter a little bit so it can soften up and drop in temperature. So anytime you're going to go ahead and cook things that are cold, if you can leave them out for just a little bit to get them down to room temperature, they're going to cook off much better than dumping cold into hot. That reduces the temperature of your, like in this case, it would have been the milk. Would bring it down. We want that to be up a little bit. So you see how quickly this cheese is melted up here, just like that. So I can go ahead and add in the rest of this cheese. Again, that's the nice part about just kind of letting it sit out and get to about room temperature. You don't have to be fighting that cold versus hot deal. Now, I mentioned there's a couple different ways you can go with this. You can also, if you want to, add in some chopped up jalapenos, if that sounds good. That'll give it even a little bit more kick. Or they do make if you're really feeling brave, you can pick up some ghost pepper jack cheese, and that will really get your crowd going with some heat on that. So kind of do what you want. Of course, as always, recipes are suggestions. You can mix them up any way you want. So maybe you just want your standard cheddar cheese going in there. Just replace the pepper jack with the cheddar that you normally would use, or replace it with the cheddar, and follow the same direction. You need your little flour in there to help bind things up. Cheese, it just does a good job. A little bit of mustard powder in there gives it just a little bit of something different. So there we go. Sauce is ready. Went ahead and boiled off the noodles already. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take these, get them in our bowl here. Ooh, good and hot. That's what we need. So we'll go ahead and move that. I'm going to move this over here. And we want to go ahead and just mix in about half of our cheese sauce. Don't dump it all in at once. You want to measure this out, get about half of it in there. That way we can go ahead and coat up. Watch it, cameraman. Hot cheese. So we want to go ahead and just get these noodles coated up first. And then we can dump in the rest of the cheese. Ooh, that smells good. I'm going to put a little salt in here. And if you like, you can add some black pepper as well. And I think we're just going to sprinkle in a little salt. That was the only thing I did not add into the milk and stuff. I like to do it afterwards. So we're pretty well mixed up here. Let's go ahead, add a little salt in, and then we'll go ahead and mix in the rest of the cheese sauce. Now, y'all, we're going to start a drinking game. For those who know drinking games, we're going to go ahead. Every time I say we're going to go ahead, and it seems it's been brought to my attention. You tend to say, what does that say, Aaron? We're going to go ahead with? We went ahead. We went ahead. Is that what it is? Okay.
It's either or.
Either or? All right. So that we want to, so, hey, every time I say it, you know, if you feel so inclined, jump on the drinking game. So we're going to go ahead and get the rest of this. See, we're going to go ahead. There I did again. Bottoms up there, peeps. All right. Stir this all up. Ooh, that really looks good now. Now, if your mac and cheese is not thickened, or not too, I mean, if it's too thin, I'm sorry, if it's too thick, you can go ahead, add a little milk in to thin it out. Just add a little bit at a time. That way you don't overdo it. You can always add more. You can't take it out. Just remember that. So I think this is going to work out just right. As far as consistency, give it a couple minutes to set up, and we're going to be, whew, this is going to be so good. So there you go, folks. Jacked up mac and cheese, pepper jack cheese,